on August 12th, John in Georgia called about Spartan Energy Acquisition Corp. This is one of those special purpose acquisition vehicles that announced plans to merge with FISKER. And that's an electric vehicle play that I get a lot of comments about at Jim Cramer on Twitter. This happened earlier this summer. Now, we've seen a bunch of these ever since the initial success of Nikola, which was taken public by merging with the SPAQ. Now, though, Nikola's imploded in the wake of some devastating fraud allegations that already caused the chairman and chief hype artist, who is executive chairman, to resign. A couple months ago, all these companies wanted to be the next Tesla. Who wouldn't want to be? Tesla has moved from 66 to like 400 and change since November. Now, you have to worry that any one of these, though, might not be the next Tesla. It could be the next Nikola. So let's talk about Spartan Energy and the company that wants to buy FISKER, all right? Now, a dozen years ago, FISKER Automotive debuted the first luxury plug-in hybrid car, and they started making deliveries in 2011. But in 2012, their battery supplier went bankrupt, and they had to halt production. 2 years later, most of the business was sold to a Chinese auto parts conglomerate. But the founder, Henrik FISKER, retained the brand name and used it to launch a new business, FISKER Inc. Unfortunately, this guy seems a little reminiscent of Trevor Milton, the former executive chairman of Nikola. In 2013, FISKER was sued for allegedly misleading his investors. Apparently, he never informed them when he lost access to federal funds that the company desperately needed. The Department of Energy cut off access to a $529 million loan, and FISKER supposedly kept it quiet for a year. In 2012, FISKER did a private fundraising round. Then, a day later, the company announced they were recalling hundreds of their cars due to battery fires, something management had allegedly known about for weeks beforehand. Suboptimal. Heck, when FISKER Automotive was founded, Tesla sued them right out of the gate for allegedly stealing their technology. Elon Musk had hired Henrik FISKER to do body design for their first four-seat sedan. Then he's accused of using confidential information to start his own company and make a competing product. There's another similar lawsuit from Aston Martin. Hey, at least FISKER's got good taste. There's a whole lot of controversy here. It's one thing to fail and then try again. It's another thing to fail, allegedly lie to your investors, and then try to do it again, but this time as a public company. Worst part of the story? Just like Nikola, FISKER feels like a business plan in search of a business. When Phil LeBeau asked the CEO why investors should buy shares in his company, despite it having no revenue and no plans to produce vehicles until 2022, friends, he didn't really have much of an answer. Sure, Spartan Energy Acquisition has some smart backers like Apollo, but Nikola had some really smart backers, too. They got a production deal with GM, they had Bosch's on the board, and a value act. Wow! Listen, after the Nikola meltdown, I don't know how anyone can look at another electric vehicle company with no sales and lots of fraud allegations and think it's a smart buy. You can't rely on these special purpose acquisition companies to do your due diligence for you. I mean, we can try to do some, but them? Nikola wasn't really vetted by its SPAQ partner, and I'm betting FISKER wasn't fully vetted either. If you want an electric car play, look, we've got one. It's called Tesla. Sounds good to me. Mad Money's back after the break.